Oh honey, you think you've heard every Meghan Markle story under the sun? Think again, because this one flips the whole royal fairy tale upside down. Just when everyone thought Meghan's big Paris Fashion Week debut was her grand I'm back world moment, boom, a shocking interview drops and suddenly everyone's asking, wait, who actually paid for that trip? And babes, the answer? Let's just say it wasn't the kind of royalty anyone was ready for. We're talking receipts, whispers, and a level of palace fury so loud it could have rattled Buckingham's chandeliers. See, Paris was supposed to be it. Meghan's glittering comeback. Her, see, I don't need the crown to sparkle moment. She wasn't stepping out as the Duchess who walked away. She was stepping in as the queen of Hollywood chic, reinvented, untouchable, flawless. But behind that million-dollar smile, something wasn't adding up. Word started bubbling through the grapevine. And not from tabloids, darling, from people inside Balenciaga. And their whispers, ice cold. Apparently there was no official invitation. Yup, Meghan Markle didn't get called up by the House of Balenciaga. She called them. It all started with a few friendly messages to the brand's creative director, Pier Paolo. Just casual stuff, you know. Little compliments, emojis, and sweet notes about his genius work. Totally harmless, until suddenly, just before Fashion Week, she slides in with the message, I'll be in Paris. Would love to stop by the show, sounds sweet, right? Innocent, like she's just popping in to say hi. But honey, that stop by turned into her walking the red carpet like a front row VIP. The Balenciaga team was shook. Their planners had to scramble to squeeze her in. Paparazzi were tipped off. And suddenly, ta-da! Meghan Markle, radiant as ever, sweeping into Paris like she owned it. No invite, no official collab, no payment from Balenciaga. Just Meghan showing up, cameras prepped, PR machine humming, fairy dust in the air. Sound familiar? Oh, darling, because it is. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Because flying halfway across the world for a self-made moment, that's not cheap. And while Meghan's camp wanted everyone to believe she paid her own way, the whispers behind the velvet rope told a very different story. Sources claim the funds might have come from, wait for it, charity money. Yup, the same funds meant for veterans and community programs from Archewell and the Invictus Games allegedly went toward her first-class tickets, 5-star suites, glam prep, the whole Paris package. And when Prince Harry found out, oh girl, he lost it. It wasn't a royal engagement or a family trip. This was a PR mission in designer disguise, and apparently, Harry wasn't clued in on how it was being financed. He saw the headlines, saw the photos, and realized his wife had just staged a solo fairy tale, with the family's charitable halo glinting above it. The optics? Not cute. Meghan flew first class, accompanied by her old confidant and fixer, Marcus Anderson, while her team sat back and coached. To the outside world, she looked every inch the Hollywood princess. But behind the scenes, it was all smoke, mirrors, and a whole lot of spin. Her glam team, working overtime, her PR handlers, writing carefully worded statements that sounded like a Balenciaga collab, but never actually said it. Because, darling, that's Meghan's specialty. Telling the story without really saying a word. And it worked. Mainstream media gobbled it up. Meghan Markle dazzles as Balenciaga's star guest, screamed the headlines. Meanwhile, the brand itself? Crickets. Not a peep, not a single official confirmation. When the truth leaked that she'd paid her own way and was never invited, suddenly the press went silent. No retractions, no corrections, just hush. Because by then, the image had already done its job. The photos were everywhere. The illusion was complete. Behind the scenes, it became clear the Meghan Markle brand wasn't about truth anymore. It was about optics. Paris wasn't a Fashion Week appearance, it was a magic trick. An illusion in high heels. And honestly, this wasn't her first rodeo. We've seen this playbook before. Remember that British Vogue cover? The one that sent shockwaves through the fashion world? The Duchess of Sussex guest edits Vogue. Oh, it sounded so exclusive, so royal, so powerful. Until, of course, Vogue's editor, Edward Enninful, told the truth. Meghan had invited herself. According to Edward, Meghan called him under the pretense of discussing charity work. He arrives at Kensington Palace expecting tea and goodwill, only to have her drop the bomb. So, what if I guest edit the next issue? Picture it. The Duchess across from you, all grace and charm, royal aura glowing. What are you gonna do? Say no? Of course not. That's Meghan's power. She doesn't wait for the door to open. She walks right in like she built the house. Same story, new city. Paris was just the sequel, the Meghan Markle show, Fashion Week edition. But what worked under the palace lights didn't shine quite so bright this time, because this wasn't the Duchess of Sussex, this was Meghan Markle, self-financing her fantasy. And oh, the cracks started to show. Behind those chic curtains, the real drama was brewing. Pier Paolo, the creative director she'd been messaging, apparently let slip the truth. She invited herself. Balenciaga never planned to feature her, seat her, or dress her. When she reached out, they were caught off guard. I mean, who says no to a former royal? So they struck a polite deal. She could come, sure, but she'd pay her own way. No jet, no styling budget, no official coverage, even the dress? On loan. If you zoom into those pictures, go ahead, look, the fit is slightly off. The sleeves hang long, the waist a touch too high. That gown wasn't custom. It was borrowed. And the heels? Oh, she got one pair of black Balenciaga stilettos, loaned, worn, and returned like a rental car. For someone who once lived in palaces, it was a reality check. The brand that might have once paid her to appear was now sending her the invoice. And Balenciaga's PR team? Panic. The world suddenly thought they'd endorsed her, which, with the brand's own recent controversies, was the last thing they needed. Behind closed doors, they quietly distanced themselves. No official mentions, no reposts, just quiet, cautious corrections. Because, truth be told, this wasn't their show. It was hers, her solo act. But here's where it all gets haunting. Because Paris wasn't just another glamorous backdrop for Meghan. Oh no, Paris is loaded with meaning in that family. It's the city where Princess Diana's story ended, a city Harry vowed never to revisit lightly. Meghan herself had reportedly told friends that Paris was off limits, too painful, too sacred. And yet, there she was, in the City of Lights, on the same streets where tragedy once reigned, smiling, posing, glowing for the cameras. For some, it looked like a power move. A message wrapped in couture, almost as if she was saying, I go where I want. No rules, no ghosts, no royal chains. But for Harry, insiders say it cut deep. Paris isn't just geography for him, it's his mother's shadow. And seeing Meghan there, smiling for the flashbulbs, was like reliving old pain in high definition. Some say it was revenge, her quiet way of saying, you sideline me in Santa Barbara, watch me shine in Paris. Others call it defiance, the mark of a woman who refuses to live in anyone's shadow, not even Diana's. Whatever the motive, one thing's clear. Paris wasn't fashion, it was a message. And oh, the palace heard it loud and clear. And then, the twist in the tale, the one that turns all this glitter into something almost tragic. Because years ago, Princess Diana once walked into a leprosy ward. She took off her gloves, reached out, and touched patients others wouldn't go near. In 5 minutes, she shattered stigma. That's legacy, that's grace. Decades later, Meghan Markle walks into Paris, not to comfort, not to heal, but to be seen, to reclaim, rebrand, remind the world she's still relevant. It's not about who's better or worse, it's about intention. Diana used her fame to lift others. Meghan, some say, used hers to lift her image. And that's what makes this story sting, because the same city that took Diana became the stage where Meghan tried to resurrect herself. But here's the kicker, darling. For all the criticism, Meghan's story isn't over. She's still out there, rebuilding, reshaping, reaching for the next spotlight. Because love her or hate her, she's relentless. Maybe that's the real legacy of Paris. Not a comeback, not a victory, but a mirror. A mirror showing two women, two legacies, two choices, one born from compassion, one from ambition. You can borrow the dress, you can buy the ticket, you can even pose for the cameras, but legacy, oh sweetie, that's the one thing you can't rent. That's